Hello everybody, Artifact Molotok here, and I'm back at it again with another discussion video. And I'm talking about how 40 card Infernoid can take on the meta right now. Not 60 cards, 60 card is garbage. Don't play it, don't waste your money, it's way more expensive than the 40 card version, and nowhere near as good. As the conclusion I came to after testing 40 card Infernoid for like 2 days straight now. So let's start with probably the 5th place, or should I say the 5th best deck of the format, Trickstars. This deck has a really easy Trickstar matchup, because they're getting the majority of effects in Grave and they're not really doing much handwork. Your opponent's best shot at literally beating your deck is to open the Drone Lockbird hand loop combo. I call it an FTK for my personal preference, because when I see that shit I just leave. Unless if I already have shit in graveyard. Keep in mind, Infernoids also have lots of negates and ways to negate as well. Keep all these key things in mind when playing Infernoid. They also have the ability to run all kinds of forms of disruption. All the way down to being able to make shit like Omega and be able to banish certain key cards from the opponent's hand immediately. So this deck has a really easy Trickstar matchup. I was able to beat a Trickstar player 3 times in a row before he left. And I beat him in the match already, and he just wanted to duel me one more time in order to try to redeem his honor, and he still lost, and that's when he left. Now let's move on to our number 4. That Grass Looks Greener decks with Lightsworns and not really much of Lightsworns, more like the zombie work. Zombie That Grass Looks Greener. That's what I consider the 4th place deck right now. Infernoids, again, have an easy grass matchup, because if they can't resolve grass, their resources are going to be much more limited. They can still function without grass, but with the way that the deck runs, it has easy graveyard disruption with all of the level 6 to 8 Infernoids. They all cause graveyard disruption. You can do all these crazy things in order to lock the deck out from its plays. And if you side correctly, that shouldn't be a problem for you. If you want to invest a lot of money into your side deck, unlike this pleb talking on the video right now, you can side Ash Blossoms in your side deck as well. So when they use grass or left arm, you just negate it and win. Basically. Now, how do Infernoids fare against the 3rd place deck right now? Dinos. True King Yangzing Dinos in particular. The variant that I faced. Are you side decking Kaijus? Yes? Then you win. Are you side decking Quaking Mirror Forces in your side? If you are, then you win. Are you playing Dark Holes and Regekis in the main? Yes? Then you win. You can even side Solemn Strikes as well. You can side the Drone Lockbirds, Ash Blossoms, aka Ash Slut, Ghost Ogre, Maxi. All these cards work against the deck. Their best shot at beating you is to open Denlon plus 9 Pillars and Tyranno Bitch all at the same time. That's literally what they have to do in order to beat you. And a lot of players actually think that True King of All Calamities actually stops the Infernoids from summoning themselves out. It doesn't, because it says activated effects. Infernoids do not activate Grave. And I had a dinosaur player that thought that Abyss Dweller stops the Infernoids from activating in the graveyard. And no. Because Infernoids count as a condition, not as an actual effect activating in Grave. It'd be much weaker if that was the case, but with the way they're worded, it's very OP. Now, let's go to 2nd place. True Draco. This deck has a little bit more harder True Draco matchup, but literally, their best shot at beating you, did you open Masterpiece plus back row? No? Then the True Draco player loses. Because you can simply make shit like Deviati on the board, and Deviati, which is right over here, can just literally wipe out their fucking spells and traps that would dare threaten you. And you have shit like Void Seer, which can protect your Infernoids from your opponent's effects. And you can banish it from grave in order to prevent Deviati from being killed by True King's Return or Apocalypse. And you have this level 10 bitch's name that I still can't understand to pronounce, that can negate their spells and traps. He's your best. Once you use Deviati, you have to follow up with the level 10 Infernoid name that I can't pronounce in order to be able to kill Masterpiece. If you can do that, then you're going to win anyways. But if they don't open Masterpiece plus 4 or 5 back row, they're probably going to lose. Because Dynamite Fighter is not enough to beat the deck on his own. And when the ban list comes out, the deck is basically going to become Dynamite Fighter Turbo. Because he's not getting hit, just like how True King's Return is not getting hit, when I feel like that's a problem card to have in the game. But yeah. If you're siding Twin Twisters, Quaking Mirror Forces, Drone Lockbirds, Ghost Ogres, Kaijus, it should be a decently, fairly easy matchup for you. And now for number 1, Zodiac. The most irritating deck in the history of the game. Well, actually, no. The most irritating deck in the history of the game for me is Perform Agent Pals. Number 2 is Zoo. But your Zoo matchup depends on how well your opponent opens and how well you open. If your opponent's opening shit like Strike, then you may have a little hard time. Because you need to be able to resolve Deviati against them right away. And when they change Dryden, tribute Deviati, negate and banish Dryden. And then follow up with Onoku in order to be able to just kill the remainder of their monsters. Similar style of play to True Draco. But then in this version, you have to worry about, with Zoo, you have to worry about shit like Ash and cards like that. How you can counter Ash? Well, Tekken Mind Drain into your side deck. And the reason that I prefer the 40 card version over the 60 card version, because the 60 card version auto loses to not seeing grass or getting ashed. The 40 card version is not like that. It has multiple ways to get its mills going. Like in my opening hand, I've seen 2 to 3 ways every single time, maybe even 4 ways to get my mills going. Like once in a blue moon, I get 5 ways to mill, but you don't need to go that far. But yeah, you have ways to get your mills going. And just to let you guys know, if they ended up ashing the Charge of the Light Brigade in order to search Raiden, Charge will... How should I put this? Charge of the Light Brigade will still mill you 3 cards. And if you're milling Infernoid names, then you're still plussing off of it. Even though you're not getting the free mill for from Raiden. And chances are, if you're playing Charge, you already have him in hand, like I've done so many times. So she's quite an easy card to bait out in this version of the deck, too. Now, weaknesses of the deck. Basically, anything that would stop banishing, or cards that would banish all monsters or all cards that would dare touch the graveyard. Those are like the main weaknesses of the deck, and things that stop special summoning in general. Those are your deck's top 2 weaknesses. And how you can counter that? Well, Decatron is your best friend. Decatron will allow you to mill a particular Infernoid name from deck to grave, and that will allow you to be able to get rid of those cards that dare make an appearance on the board against you. But yeah, in conclusion, 40 card version is better than 60 card. Now for the last part of this video, I'm going to explain why the 40 card version is better than the 60 card version. The 60 card version of Infernoids is literally hit or miss with grass. If you get grass and you resolve it, you win. If you don't resolve grass, you're going to have a much harder time or you're going to lose. The 40 card version doesn't suffer from this problem because the deck just has such high consistency. And then the deck has such easy ways to side deck. The 60 card version, however, you're going to have a much harder time side decking because you have 60 cards. So you're probably never going to see whatever the fuck you're side decking. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good day. Peace.